Welcome to the Civil Rights Game here in Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. This is Mariner Baseball. Good to have you with us on Jackie Robinson Day as we honor the great American who hailed from the state of Georgia and grew up here in Pasadena, California. Dodgers and the Mariners. Glad you could join us, Dave Sims, along with Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew. And we are ready for action. Everybody honoring Mr. Robinson wearing number 42. Ricky Weeks will lead things off. I recognize Zach Greinke by the hairstyle. I'm going to be going a lot by that tonight. Ricky Weeks, 4 for 19 thus far.
Had a couple of hits in last night's ball game.
I think he recorded his first putout. That was in the 6th inning. Fly ball off the bat of Garcia. There's Brett Anderson, left-hander. The Mariners have seen lots of him over the years when he was with Oakland. Tried to beat the shift. Gonzalez will beat him to the bag,
1 away. Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. You just saw Ricky Weeks grounding out the first, and it's Jackson Robinson Cano last night, his first home run of the season out to right field, and it's Cruz. He has been the hot hitter for the Mariners. Seager, Morrison, Zanino, Miller, and Taijuan Walker, the pitcher, will hit ninth. For Brett Anderson, see what he did last year, 2.91 ERA, 8 starts for him in last season. He's had some arm issues for the last couple of years.
Anderson with a record against the Mariners in 14 career starts, 7-4, 1.81 ERA. Oh yeah! On the button right to Howie Kendrick. 2 outs.
A different looking Anderson for the Mariners that have faced him. This fastball used to be in the mid-90s. Now it'll be right around 90-91 miles an hour. Dodgers defense tonight brought to you by American Family Insurance. Fans like in left field, Peterson in center, Ethier out and right. Uribe and Rollins on the left side of the infield, Kendrick and Gonzalez on the right. Grandal will do the catching.
Named after Jackie Robinson, here's Robinson Cano. Talking to Robbie about the significance of being named after Jackie Robinson. We had a really good conversation, and he topped it off by saying, "Can you find out what I hit on Jackie Robinson Day?" Found out, thanks to Fernando Alcala from the PR department. 345, 10 for 29 on Jackie Robinson Day with 8 runs, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 6 ribbies, 3 walks, a strikeout, and a stolen base. Not too shabby.
That's a good sign for the Mariners. See what he's done in the series. Starting to heat up, 3 for 9. Again, hit his first home run in last night's game.
Robbie was in a conversation about Jackie Robinson. He was concerned about the fact that maybe Pee Wee Reese didn't get enough accolades for putting his arm around Jackie Robinson's shoulder that day in Cincinnati. As detailed in the movie 42 that was out a couple of years ago. I think everybody in our clubhouse has seen that movie and still mystified as to how that did happen. And it's like, boy, is it not that long ago that was real life in the United States. 2-2. A couple of heartbreaking losses here in LA for the Mariners, trying to turn things around. Slow roller up the middle. There's that man again. Howie Kendrick throws him out. 1, 2, 3. Howie's been murdered the last couple of days, as he has been for the bulk of his career against the Mariners. Nothing across, and the Dodgers coming to bat. today, the 9th year we've celebrated the great man who played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Let's take a look at the Dodger lineup that will face Taijuan Walker.
For manager Don Mattingly leading off, it'll be Jimmy Rollins, a big part of the 9th inning in last night's ball game. Dennis Grandal, Gonzalez, Howie Kendrick with the big base hit in the 9th inning. He'll back cleanup. Easier bants like Uribe, Peterson, and the pitcher Brett Anderson will round out the 9 for the Dodgers. Taijuan Walker.
Jimmy Rollins.
Take a look at what he did last year. 2.61 ERA, 38 innings. He had 34 strikeouts, 18 walks. Too many walks for him last year. The opponent's hitting just 223 against Taijuan. Keep an eye on his fastball here early in the game. You'd like to see him between 94 and 96 miles an hour. Mariners defense brought to you by American Family Insurance. Ricky Weeks in left field, Jackson in center, Nelson Cruz out and right, Seager and Miller on the left side of the infield, Robinson Cano at second base, Logan Morrison back in the lineup at first, and Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Taijuan Walker, first pitch in there for a strike. Home plate umpire for today. Marvin Hudson, Chad Fairchild at first, Jim Joyce at second, and Greg Gibson at third. Being a Southern Californian, being African American, and pitching here in LA on Jackie Robinson Day, certainly that not lost on Taijuan Walker, as he talked about finding out that he had been named the number 4 man in the rotation, and then getting the calendar out and doing some counting, and it's like, hey, I'm going to be pitching Jackie Robinson Day at home. Not bad.
He was a little bit worried because they had an off day in there, and he was worried that maybe he would get bumped, but it worked out to where he's able to take the mound tonight.
So he's excited about this opportunity. 1-2 to Jimmy Rollins. And he strikes Jimmy out.
And a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That's what we wanted to see from Taijuan this evening in his first outing of the year where he struggled. His fastball was 91-92, but this right here, 96 miles an hour as he climbs the ladder on Jimmy Rollins to get his first strikeout tonight. A good sign for the Mariners.
We'll bring up Yasmani Grandal, the catcher. One thing to look for from Taijuan today, talking to Rick Waits the other day, Sunday, says maybe he was too relaxed that first game against the Oakland. He got drilled 12-0 in that game. Should have been more aggressive inside and all around the plate. So look for more of that. To him to get back to where he was, that type of focus that he had in spring training.
Well, and pitching inside, Dave, that's something that we talked about and commented on in spring training. Even Taijuan, when we had our conversations with him, we talk about wanting to pitch inside. That sets up everything else. To the left-handers, he has a good changeup. The righties, he'll use his curveball.
Under the glove of Cano, base hit for Grandal. First hit of the ball game.
First baseman, number 42, Adrian Gonzalez.
This looks like a changeup, 91 miles an hour changeup. A little firm here in the first inning. Typically his changeup, as you look at our last go, Supermo. The attempted backhand play by Cano. Typically his changeup will be around 88 miles an hour. It's a much better separation when his fastball's at 95, 96.
Swinging a hot bat, Adrian Gonzalez, last week's National League Player of the Week. Ball one, Adrian. 2 for 4 last night. RBI double in the third. 7th inning single to left. Giving out Jackie Robinson jerseys here tonight at Dodger Stadium. Another beautiful night, 69 degrees here. Number 42 retired all throughout baseball. Mariano Rivera, the last to wear it as an active player. One here to Gonzalez. High fly ball, center field. Austin Jackson steps to his left to make the catch. 2 outs.
I'm not sure that he was able to see it right away. It's that point in the evening. It's not quite dark here in Los Angeles, and he hesitated a little bit before he was able to pick the ball up, make a play on the routine fly.
That brings up Mariner tormentor Howie Kendrick. Game-winning two-run single last night in the ninth. Howie in game one went 2 for 4. Drove in a run with a fifth-inning single. 6-5 Dodgers on Monday, 6-5 Dodgers on Tuesday. Both in the final at bat. Give you an idea of how Kendrick has performed against the Mariners. 7th inning or later with the score tied. Kendrick's team down 1 or 2 runs. He's 19 for 55, a .345 clip. His last 11 games, 7 of 13 against the Mariners. I told him, I said, you're becoming modern-day Stan Musial, because Musial used to wear out the Dodgers in Brooklyn. They used to say, here comes that man, and that's how he became Stan the Man Musial.
We talked about the Mariners pitching him inside, and Taiwan is doing that. A couple of 95-mile-an-hour fastballs inside. EQC tracer, see the location of those pitches, all of them in. The last one just catching the inside corner.
Down, not a running threat. 3-1. Fouled away.
Another perfect pitch on the inside corner.
I believe in all the years, look at Andre Ethier, all the years we've seen Howie Kendrick, it's the first time we've seen him in a 4-hole, all 3 games. Usually we see him 6-7 doing damage in that part of the batting order.
Early on with Anaheim, he would hit second.
Yep. Three and 2. Grandal takes off the pitch, taken down low for ball 4. 2 on for the Dodgers. First walk, Taiwan Walker. First and second to bring up Andre Ethier. Ethier with a 6th inning leadoff homer yesterday, and then off the bench as a pinch hitter on Monday. He came up with a big base hit and scored the winning run. Here's the number 42. We have lapel pins. The number 42, a Jackie Robinson day on it. Ball 1 to Ethier. Taiwan out of Yucaipa, California, was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. Took a lot off of that pitch.
A better changeup from him. He's trying to find his changeup. That's better location for him. Down out of the strike zone.
Some early trouble here with Grandal at second, and at first Howie Kendrick.
Yeah, with his fastball, Dave, and you talked about pitching inside. That is one way to speed the bats up, try to catch up to his fastball and make his changeup better. Like that.
2-1. Charging is Ricky Weeks. Coming around second is Grandal. Throw is offline. Ethier to second. Dodgers with a 1-0 lead. Howie Kendrick ends up at third base.
Take a look at the swing by Ethier going the other way. Pretty good pitch with some movement. Just left it up a little bit. Wanted that pitch down around the knees. See the throw by Ricky Weeks. Just up the line. Zunino well off the plate.
Brings up Scott Van Slyke, son of the Mariners outfield coach Andy Van Slyke. He crushes this one deep left field. It is off the fence. Weeks will play it as both Kendrick and Ethier score. 2-run double. Scott Van Slyke, 3-0 Dodgers. First hit of the season, his first 2 runs batted in.
We talked about it at the start of the series. He has a lot of power. I'm not sure that he even was able to get all of this. Take a look at it right off the end of the bat, but a big leg kick. As soon as he dropped his foot down, here comes the barrel. I'll hit him in the middle of the fence. Almost on the top of the fence.
Yeah, right off the Tampa Bay score.
We've seen this too many times over the last week. Rick Wade's out to the mound early in the ball game to settle down his starters. It's been since Taiwan's last outing where he went 3 1/3. The guys have had a tough time getting deep into the game.
And that consequentially has done a number on the bullpen too.
Everybody will point to the bullpen because of the close games and the losses the last couple nights, but they need to get these starters figured out.
Got to get them deeper and more effective. Here's one, Uribe. All this damage coming with 2 outs. Taiwan started off Rollins striking him out, gives up a single to Grandal. Gonzalez flies out, then a walk, RBI single, and a 2-run double.
And this will be the 24th pitch of the inning for Taiwan.
Center field backing up Jackson. And reaches up to make the catch. Damage done in the inning as the Dodgers score 3 runs on 3 hits. As we go to the second inning, the Mariners will have Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, and Logan Morrison here at Dodger Stadium. Here is Nelson Cruz, 5 home runs his last 4 ball games. Looks at strike 1. foul off.
Well, good news for the Mariners is they've been scoring at least 5 runs over their last 4 games, so they're far from out of this game. They can certainly come back and score a bunch of runs, and Nelson Cruz has been a big part of that.
That one got Marvin Hudson on the left hand, that foul ball.
But they're going to need Taijuan Walker to settle down.
Funny scene in the outside the clubhouse. A bat representative is waiting to see Nelly Cruz. Cruz comes out, and the guy says to Cruz, "Not that you're going to be needing this, but I just wanted to show you this bat." Uribe, friendly hop, throws over, just got him. On away.
Uribe giving a little bit of ground for the big hop, takes his time on the throw and then spikes it. Gonzalez, one of the better first basemen you're going to see. As you take a look at our Alaska Supermo in the pick, almost catches it behind him.
Cruz showing some good big man speed. One out for Kyle Seager. Big guy makes a heck of a play there. Seager, 2 for 4, a walk and strikeout yesterday. 6 for 21 on the trip. Hello from Anderson, who started his big league career in Oakland at age 21 back in 09. He was with that Oakland ball club through the 13 season. Then to Colorado. Injuries have really plagued his career. He went 11-11 in 09. And since then, his games appear to have really decreased. 30, 19, 13, 6, 16, 8. And this is just the second start.
When he first showed up, when we saw him, same delivery, same motion, but the fastball was more 95 miles an hour. Get on the hitters in a hurry. Right now, he's more 90, 91. Still use a slider and a curveball, seldom a changeup, as the Dodgers have the shift on with Kyle hitting.
Fly ball deep to left, and Slight going back on the track and makes a catch about a step and a half from the wall. It's like hurt himself there. Coming up, our CenturyLink What's Next. Rangers come to town. J-Happ against Gallardo. Felix on Felix bobblehead night. That'll be the day after. That's on Sunday. That is Saturday. I get it right. Saturday it's bobblehead night. Colby Lewis and then Paxton and Detweiler. Big crowd expected Saturday. Been told already 40,000 plus.
Nice long homestand for the guys.
Two outs, brings up Logan Morrison. That stretch of road for Logan, 2 for 16 on this road trip. Watch Van Slyke's ankle. Ooh, right there. It's a hit. First piece of warning track.
Yeah. Sometimes on the warning track you can get some soft areas out there, and that's exactly what that looked like.
Slow roller, and he beats it out. Base hit. First Mariner hit, 2 outs here in the second. Kendrick couldn't make the play.
Catcher, Mike Zunino.
He ends up getting jammed, so it's a slow roller, and the only play that Howie Kendrick had was to try to barehand it. Logan Morrison, a big man, but he runs well. Get an infield hit.
Gotta get Mike Zunino going here. 0 for his last 9, 7 strikeouts. This might do it. Slicing. Peterson makes a fabulous catch. Can't catch a break. He outran the slice. That could have been extra bases and possibly a run for the Mariners. That's why they rave so much about Jock Peterson. Good short area quickness there to take extra bases away, and an RBI from Mike Zunino. brought to you by your local Ford stores. By Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting White Snake Live, the Purple Tour, May 29th. For tickets, go to EmeraldQueen.com. And by Alaska Airlines, enjoy free entertainment on your personal device. Learn more at AlaskaAirlines.com. Jack Peterson made the great catch to end the second inning. Leads off here in the bottom of the second. Five-tool young player. Future star here with the LA Dodgers.
Take a look at Peterson in center field in our Alaska Supermo. Again, this line drive slicing away from him. His backhanded side, good play.
Mike hit the ball really hard. Good for him.
You're absolutely right. And as soon as he hit the ball hard and the catch was made, I looked in the Mariner dugout, and Lloyd McClendon was clapping his hands, trying to get Mike going. So he likes the quality of that bat. One of the things that Mike was talking about was being behind in counts, and I was happy to see him more aggressive early in the count. Don't give him that first fastball in the middle of the plate. Jumped all over it, solid line drive.
And on that last play last night, the glove hand, they got bent back a little bit, but clearly, as you can see, he's good to go. Peterson works a walk. It's the second walk issued by Taijuan Walker.
Pitcher, number 42.
This is the funicular Angels flight, and some old footage of going way up Bunker Hill, reminiscent of cable cars that go up, little trains that go up Mount Washington across from Three Rivers in Pittsburgh. Anderson offers, misses, strike one.
Looked real comfortable with that first bunt attempt.
Most certainly did not. Right out of Midland, Texas.
Most of the time you'd like to see your pitcher throw the ball at the top of the strike zone, especially with a pitcher up there that doesn't look comfortable. Give him the opportunity to pop the ball up, get it out without him being able to advance the runner. But I think for Taijuan right now, with a couple of walks and his pitch count at 32, he needs to take care of his business quickly.
Anderson with a conversation with Lorenzo Bundy, takes a hack, fouls it into Zunino's glove. 1-2. 3 runs on 3 hits in the first inning for the Dodgers. Andre Ethier with an RBI single, and Scott Van Slyke a 2-run double. And Zunino holds on to that foul tip. So strikeout for Walker. That'll be his second. And there's one away here in the second inning. Each year, April 15th marks Jackie Robinson's historic MLB debut. Robinson's courage, trials, and triumphs blazed a trail for America. Join the Mariners in Major League Baseball in commemorating Jackie Robinson Day. Go to JackieRobinson.org or MLBcommunity.org to learn more. Celebrated the 70th anniversary of his signing a pro baseball contract that was with the Montreal Ball Club, AAA affiliate of the Dodgers. That happened in 1945, and Jackie came up in 1947. There's Jimmy Rollins. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. This day means a lot for Jimmy Rollins. He came over from the Phillies organization, and from your reading and from watching the film 42, you saw how inglorious the Phillies history was with black players. Jackie Robinson to start things out. I'm from Philly and knew some of those people that are knew of some of those people were involved, and Jimmy was involved with some folks that went back that far as well. So for him, that'll be on the other side in Dodger blue and wearing Jackie Robinson's 42. He said it meant a lot to him today when I spoke to him before the game.
And celebrating it here in this ballpark.
You betcha. 2-0.
Which is something that I thought about a lot today, and it's with all the great things that Jackie did. I don't know how important it is in the big scheme of things, but when you think about players, and we talk about players, you know, dealing with stress and having the pressure and all those things, I don't think anybody played under more pressure or stress than Jackie Robinson. And not only was he a good major league player, but a Hall of Fame player. And I think it was only his second or third year he hit 342.
You bet. John Madigan was talking about, don't forget the toll it took on him, having to bear up through all that, and Jackie and Branch Rickey didn't sort of turn him loose until a few years later, after he'd been established and everybody got used to him. He could be his own man, and he could fight. He says, yeah, you can fight back now. And talking to Vince Scully in the interview we did, talking to some guys, some old timers, and some old timers I know from back east, he was a fierce competitor. 2-2, runner breaks. Here's the throw by Zunino. It is not in time, and they get him on the second try by Brad Miller. Nicely done. Overslid the bag, Jock Peterson, and he's out.
Excellent job by Brad Miller. Strong throw from Zunino. I thought they had a chance to get him. Missed him the first time, but then his hand came back off the bag, and what Brad did well there is he stayed with the play, just followed him through, and you'll see that, especially with the speedy runners. Typically, they'll hit the bag, and at some point, they will come off of it. And right there, it's a good call. Tagging him on his leg before his hand was able to get back down on the base. Good look from our Alaska Supermo.
Tim Wallach, one of your old teammates, bench coach, checking with their video coordinator. 2 away. Three and 2 count to Jimmy Rollins.
In Taiwan now, 40 pitches. He went 3 1/3 in his first outing, threw 77 pitches in that outing.
3 and 2. Jimmy hits it hard, hooking foul. Here's Monty Grandal, the catcher, on deck. And he loses his second walk in the inning, third of the ball game for Taijuan Walker.
Yes, Monty Grandal.
Grandal, base hit to center first time. Pitch strike. Almost hit him. That was up and in. 1-1. I find that level of consistency that he had during spring training. 1-1 pitch. Ball 2.
The one improvement I see in this game that he did not have in his first outing is his velocity is there. His fastball is 95, 96 miles an hour. I think we have to remember, 22 years old.
Count evens at 2 and 2. Looking forward to getting back to Seattle. Long homestand. Texas for 3, Houston for 3, Minnesota for 3. Make sure you get your tickets, Mariners.com. A lot of good promotionals coming your way as well. Long hold by Zunino to no positive effect. 3 and 2.
Just missing the outside corner.
Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Rollins takes off, pitch hit off the end of the bat, foul straight back.
Seen a number of his changeups up in the zone. He can get away with his fastball because he throws hard up in that area, but his changeup, that can be a problem.
Three and two. Rollins takes off, pitch, lost it. Back-to-back walks, third of the inning, fourth in 2 innings.
And his next pitch will be 50. This is not what Lloyd wanted to see.
Number 42, Adrian Gonzalez.
Good news for the Mariners. They do have a day off tomorrow, but Lloyd is trying to manage a tired bullpen right now. Gonzalez flew out to center field his first time up.
Gotta be careful. Hit hard, eats up Lomo. Base hit. Here comes Rollins around third. He'll score. Grandal to third. And the Dodgers have a 4-0 lead.
Now this will be a base hit. It's a pitch again up in the zone. Gets on top of it in a hooking line drive in front of Logan Morrison. Tries to get in front of it, and it goes right off his arm, right off the side of his hand as it goes into right field. Lloyd McClendon going out to the mound now. Talk to his young right-hander.
Lloyd saying about his bullpen, who's not available tonight: Smith, Leon, Furbush, and Medina.
That doesn't leave you a lot of options, does it?
Sure doesn't. He said that's the effect when your starters do not get you innings. Don't get a chance to do your matchups late in the game.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe the message you just delivered is you're going to be out here for 100 pitches regardless. So you better start making some better pitches.
You better start now with Howie Kendrick. Runners at the corners. A run in and 2 outs. Howie walked at a 3-2 pitch. Goes the other way again. There's Cano to throw him out. So the Dodgers get another run on a hit, leave a couple, and the lead is now 4-0. That it is. Long way to go. Long way to go. Brad Miller leads off, followed by Taijuan Walker and Ricky Weeks. 8-9-1 here against Brett Anderson. One base hit for the Mariners. Infield hit by Logan Morris. You're not kidding. Anderson's not throwing near as hard as when we saw him years ago. And it's like he's in the role now, that crafty left-hander for the next few years.
Going to see more breaking balls from him. He has two of them. He'll throw a slider and a curveball, but his fastball, Dave, as you mentioned, velocity is down just 90, 91 miles an hour.
Doing a good job by a little extra time for catcher Grandal. 2-2. Takes Gonzalez right to the bag, 1 out. So 1 out. And college night tickets, the specials, they're coming back this season. This Friday, 7:10 against the Rangers. For only $12, students will receive a ticket. Enjoy extended happy hour in the pen. Plus, the first 20,000 fans are going to take home this year's fun and fashionable Mariners beard hat. Students with a valid ID can pick up your tickets at mariners.com/college. Taijuan Walker. High school game here years ago. Hit a double at Dodger Stadium. I said, yeah, I heard all about it. I'd like to just see him get a bunt down.
Well, he was a shortstop at one point, so you think he'd be able to handle the bat. Been a while since he's seen a breaking ball like that, though.
Correct. You were saying.
Well, back-to-back breaking balls, and he swings over the top of both of them.
Quick 2 outs.
You were thinking the pitcher's fraternity that you would have to give the guy a couple of fastballs to hit before you went to the breaking ball.
Absolutely. Courtesy.
That's it.
Breakfast ball.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Ricky Weeks grounded out to Gonzalez, leading off the ball game.
It looked as if he made a real effort to try to beat the shift, and they have the shift on again. Gonzalez, the only one on the right side of the infield. Unfortunately, the ground ball that he hit to the right side was right to Gonzalez.
Strike one. On to Ricky. Peterson at center fielder, a few steps toward the right. 3 men on the left side of the infield. Bouncing ball goes right to the third baseman, Uribe. Easy inning for Anderson in the third. He's got a 4-0 lead. be transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Need a Godfather fix? Want to see it for the 32nd time? 33rd for me. Go to the LA Theater, built back in 1930. Such great lines. Khartoum! Khartoum! Either your brains or your signature is going to be on that contract. Making one offer you can't refuse. Hard to believe that's 1972, that movie. Getting old.
I believe that theater's still open.
1930 was the early stages of the talkies. Andre Ethier, RBI single, left field in the first inning. 3-run first and a run in the second for the Dodgers against Taijuan Walker. And that hitting. 4 walks, a hit batter. He struck out 2.
Well, the Dodger fans don't like it, but I think it's a good thing for Taijuan. He has to make them a little uncomfortable, and this will do it. Right on the elbow. That one's going to hurt at 95 miles an hour.
Scott Van Slyke showing us something. Playing some old Zeppelin for his walk-up song. Very nice. Talking to Scott about cool being across the field from your old man. He says, not really. I mean, baseball's what I know. It's what I grew up with. Watched him play, watched tape of him play. Taught me how to live life and be a baseball guy, and I just want to beat him. Man, a 2-run double first time up.
It was great seeing them both at home plate yesterday. Exchanging lineup cards.
That was a good touch.
Yeah.
Andy, an outstanding outfielder with St. Louis and Pittsburgh.
I think Andy, he's one of the first ones I recall that when he would field a ground ball and have to throw to a plate, especially home, he would throw in his follow-through. He would end up on the ground.
Got everything into it. Boy, you could talk angles and whatnot with Andy for an hour. Baseball instincts.
You go get it.
Yeah. High fly ball going to hang up in the air for Cruz. He's there. Say what you will about Barry Bonds. Andy raves about his ability to cover in left field. What happens when King Felix is set to take the mound the same night as his bobblehead giveaway? You roll out a special edition, King's Court. Coming up this Saturday at 6:10 for $35, you'll receive a ticket in the Royal section, a K-card, and a special bobblehead King's Court t-shirt. Tickets, log on to mariners.com/Felix and make sure to arrive early. So you're one of the first 20,000 fans also take home a King Felix bobblehead. Uribe bouncing ball goes foul. I'm told huge crowd, upward of 40,000. You better get there early. Uribe fly to center, his first at bat. Uribe 0 for 4 in last night's game. And lines this one out of the reach of Cano into center field. Base hit.
Uribe's hit the ball hard twice. He lined out to center his first time up, and this is a fastball right on the inside corner. Inside out swing.
One out, 2 on. Here in the home third for the Dodgers. Jock Peterson walked on a 3-2 pitch, was caught stealing the second out in the second inning. Also made a really nice diving catch to take extra bases away from Mike Zunino. Ball through the hole. Ethier rounding third, bobbled by Cruz. Ethier scores. To third goes Uribe. Dodgers lead 5-0. RBI Peterson is fourth.
Dodgers are now 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. There's the curveball, leaves it up in the zone. Looks like we're going to get some action out in the bullpen. Jackets starting to come off out in the pen.
One out, runners at the corners.
Taiwan at 60 pitches. It's important because the Mariners bullpen is spent, and they need a starter to get deep into a game, and right now it doesn't look as if Taiwan's going to be able to do that. Again, 3 1/3 in his last outing, 77 pitches, and he's at 60 pitches as he works here in the third. Tyler Olson going to get loose.
Single RBI, E9 allowing Uribe to third. Bunt shown, stabbed at it, missed. Nothing. Dodger lead as we play here in the third. Bunt fouled off. We've not seen good bunting in the early going here in the season.
Brett Anderson, I don't think he wants to stick his nose in there with Taiwan throwing 95 miles an hour.
Oh, 2 to Anderson.
Dugout telling him to hold the ball with 2 strikes. They want to see if he's going to show bunt or not. He certainly didn't.
Took a hack and missed. Strikeout victim, second time for Anderson. Third K of the evening for Taijuan Walker. 2 outs in third inning. Here's Jimmy Rollins' third plate appearance. Strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. One and 0 to Jimmy. One. Jimmy, the 6th man to the plate here in the third inning. Popped it up. Settling under, Brad Miller makes the play. A run, 2 hits, an error, and a couple men left on base. Dodgers add another run. It's 5-0 LA. brought to you by Audi, Truth in Engineering, by Dunn Lumber, building success together since 1907, by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, and by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda, now at your Honda dealer. Look at a great Art Deco building there, the Eastern Columbia building from 1930. They made clocks there. So I'd imagine the likes of Charlie Chaplin, the likes of Charlie Chaplin and Douglas Fairbanks, people in there would go in and get their clocks. Oh, Hollywood stars back in the day. That's on Broadway here in L.A. Work to do for the Mariners, down 5-0. They've been one hit through 3 innings by Brett Anderson.
Second time through the lineup for him. Austin Jackson hitting second in the lineup tonight. He will lead off here in the 4th.
He's behind 0-2. The one hit, an infield hit by Logan Morrison in the 2nd inning. 1 strikeout, no walks by Anderson. Two and two. Jackie Robinson Day here in baseball, and maybe a bigger celebration in LA, given that Mr. Robinson played for the Dodgers, obviously. His wife Rachel here, 92 years young. Sandy Koufax here, Don Newcomb, Frank Robinson, Dave Winfield. I saw Kenny Lofton here, who's now in the film industry. Kenny Smith, NBA champion back in the day, and now on TNT with Charles Barkley and company. And his family going to be in a reality series, which shocks me. Is an offer he couldn't refuse.
Speaking of the Jet, I saw a stat today. Jackie Robinson stole home for the first time in June of 1947. He stole home 19 times.
Unreal. Unreal. In the interview we did with Mr. Scully, he talked about his Robinson's competitive nature. So in one game, somebody ticked him off. He reached first, stole second, stole third, stole home. See ya. Have some. Here's Cano, named after Jackie Robinson. Robbie's father playing with the Braves, Houston, and Yankee organizations before playing in Taiwan and Mexico. Hanger hit it into the left field, and a sliding catch by Scott Van Slyke, 2 away.
Right fielder, Nelson Cruz.
Inside out swing by Cano. Line drive is dying quickly as you look at our Alaska Supermo. The concentration by Van Slyke. Taking a hit away from Robinson.
Nelson Cruz, 5 homers his last 4 games. Grounded out to third his first time. High towering fly ball, deep right center field. Peterson going back, boomstick, baby! Home run, Nelly Cruz, his 6th in 5 games, and the Mariners on the board. For Cruz, his 6th homer, 9th RBI, muscled that baby out of here.
Third baseman, Kyle Seager.
On fire.
He has been impressive on this road trip. Slow breaking ball, middle of the plate. And we've seen him hit home runs from the left field line to the right field line.
Mariners on the board. Their 2nd hit, 3rd hit now is Seager. Sends one to right field. Out of the box hard. He'll stop there as Ethier gets it back in quickly.
Number 42, Logan Morrison.
Kyle Seager hits it hard.
I think for the Mariners, they're used to seeing Anderson. Most of the guys have, and we're used to seeing a lot of fastballs. We were talking about it, and he's a lot of breaking balls, slow curve balls, and it looks like they're starting to make their adjustment to him the second time through the lineup. With the line drive to left for an out, then you have Cruz with the home run, and now Kyle jumped all over that curveball and hit it hard.
So Seager now 2 for 8 against Anderson, and with the homer, Cruz is 2 for 12, and both are home runs against Anderson. As you look at Logan Morrison. Wait for Lomo's bat to heat up.
Had an infield hit his first time up.
He's behind 0-2.
Staying with his breaking ball, a couple of sliders at 83 miles an hour.
And struck him out on 3 pitches. Inning highlighted by the Nelson Cruz home run, a 6th in 5 games. Mariners on the board. It's 5-1 Dodgers. It's going to be tough, no doubt about it. This one fouled off. Biggest concern right now, Mike's got to be the starters. They're not getting deep. They're throwing too many pitches in these short outings, stretching out the bullpen, and that's, you know, that the effect. It's negating what Nelson Cruz has been putting up offensively.
Well, I think that the thing about it, Dave, to your point, is it's also these guys, for Walker, his second time through, so they're making their second starts. And typically, at this point in the season, they're going to be limited on their pitch counts anyway. So you have to be more efficient, and they're having a hard time with that. And because of that, you go and you use your bullpen. And I think for Lloyd,
hit hard right at Ricky Wakes. Wow. Reaches up to snag it.
But you look at the starters, and you would expect a couple of them to go deeper into a game, and that would help you manage your bullpen. And all of a sudden you start emptying your bullpen, and it doesn't happen for an entire round through. All 5 guys you're going to be in tough shape, and this time of the year is the toughest. So he needs to get his guys healthy again. I think the off day tomorrow was coming at a really good time for him.
And another off day next Thursday. That'll be at home. Adrian Gonzalez 1 for 2 with an RBI. This is playable. Zunino all over. Two outs.
Howie Kendrick.
When you come to Safeco Field this Friday at 6:10, see the Mariners and Rangers, you're going to get a free facial hair upgrade. That's because it's Beard Hat Night. Free to the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of Jack Links. Visit Mariners.com to pick up tickets to this fan favorite night at the ballpark. Quick 2 outs. Howie Kendrick. Howie a walk and run scored in the first, a ground out to second in the second inning.
Another part about it too is we knew this coming out of spring training, looking at the schedule. The first 3 series they were going to have were going to be difficult. All 3 clubs going to the postseason last year, and it has definitely been that way. I certainly didn't think that the starters total would have the issues that they're having right now, but it's early. You never know what you're going to get. So hopefully they can get home and get things turned around.
Big homestand coming up. Texas, Houston, and Minnesota is how he swings through. He muscled up a little bit more on that one and got Howie to bounce it right back to him. Good inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers in the 4th. See what the Mariners' bottom third of the order does when we get back. Zunino, Brett Miller, and Taijuan Walker. Climbing standings is you look at the original Pantry Cafe. I don't think it's ever closed. 24 hours. 2 of the best pancakes I've had in recent memory. A little scrambled eggs, orange juice, coffee, and water. Out of there at a good price. Not bad. Old school pantry. Downtown LA. Our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Here we go. The American League West.
Up for grabs.
Yes, it is. The bottleneck right now.
The pancakes got to be pretty good size. You said they held you over till dinner.
Hey, that's why I'm not going to touch pancakes for another couple of months. Good grief. If I'd been carb loading for a marathon, I'd have been in great shape. Mike Zunino hit the ball hard, a slicing drive that was run down right center field by the center fielder Jock Peterson.
Jumped on a first pitch fastball and lined it out. And this hit back quickly. 0-2 count now. 1-2. One of the things that Mike was talking about is chasing some pitches, and most of them I think have been up in the zone. When he gets 2 strikes, they've been climbing the ladder on him. There you go.
This one hard down the right field line. Going to stay fair. Bounces into the stands for a ground rule double. Mike Zunino leading off the Mariners' 5th. That's a good comeback after the last 2 nights. He struck out 7 times in 9 at bats, and a Mariner fan got that baseball.
Well, good hitting tonight again for Mike. Sometimes he can get in that mode of trying to pull the ball. Lines out to center. Then this pitch, a breaking ball in the outside corner. Did a good job keeping his hands back. He is so strong. Almost hit this ball out of the ballpark.
So Mike Z with a double. Just his 4th hit. His first extra base hit of this young season. Brad Miller grounded out the first. Dodgers scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Nelson Cruz homered, top of the 4th. Slicing drive left field. Van Slyke is there. Zunino is almost halfway to third. Has to scramble to get back. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Day off tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And then Texas for 3, Houston for 3. Day off next Thursday. And Molitor and the Minnesota Twins come to town.
Justin Ruggiano going to pinch hit for Taijuan Walker. So Walker is finished after 4 innings. Ruggiano going to get a chance to drive in a run.
The veteran bench the Mariners have this year. JR gets after the first pitch. Zunino held to make sure, getting a wave on. Here's the throw by Peterson. The throw to the plate is in time. Got him. On the throw, Ruggiano goes to second.
Take a look, Mike Zunino, a solid line drive into center field, but he hesitates a little bit. I think that's Drew Donnelly, the third base coach, and he even hesitated a little bit coming around third, and a strong throw from Peterson. He's a 5-tool guy. He can do everything. Young player in center field for the Dodgers. Good play by Grandal to stay with it, and a good look at our Alaska Supermo as he slides in.
Justin Ruggiano, his first hit as a Mariner, and denied his first RBI. Top of the order, here's Ricky Weeks. Outside corner for a strike. Ricky tonight is 0 for 2. Ruggiano with his first Mariner hit. He's at second. Go as he checked at first base, Chad Fairchild.
And it looks like Tyler Olson is going to take over for the Mariners. He's getting loose in the pen.
Foul out of play. So they ground out the first and ground out the third. Marvin Hudson saying that Ricky Weeks did go, and that will be out number 3, and ends the Mariners' 5th. So they get a runner cut down at the plate. They have no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and leave a man. Dodgers have a 5-1 lead. for campaigning to allow Major League Baseball players to wear number 42. It's our Geico This Date in History back on April 15th of 1997. Way to go, Junior.
We're teammates back then. I know how much it meant to him at the time. Had to get permission to wear the number.
Great tribute.
Yeah, now you see everybody wearing it.
Good pitcher Tyler Olson. His first hitter is going to be Andre Ethier. It'll be Ethier, Van Slyke, and Uribe here in the Dodger fifth.
2 1/3 for Tyler so far. A couple of strikeouts, 3 walks.
Olson faced 2 batters in game 1 on Monday in the 10th inning. He struck out Crawford, but then gave up an RBI single to right field to Alex Guerrero. Turned out to be the game winner. Aether's good pitch, isn't it? Cut out.
It was a good pitch that he threw to Guerrero. Pitch was on the outside corner just below the knees, and Guerrero was able to get the base hit.
By Logan Morris, base hit for Andre Ethier. It's never too early to start thinking about summer, that's for sure, especially when it's enjoying summer with family and friends at Safeco Field. Group discounts start at 20 tickets with prices as low as $12 a seat. Make plans for summer fun. Select a group date at mariners.com/groups. Here's Scott Van Slyke. First inning 2-run double and left. Fly out to right. Base hit center field.
He's been aggressive tonight. First pitch fastball. Looks like a little cutter at 88 miles an hour. See the big leg kick again. He doubled off the left field wall earlier in the game, and now a solid line drive base hit back up the middle.
Here's Uribe. Lined out to center and single to center. Dodgers 5 runs on 8 hits. First 2 men have reached here in the 5th inning. Mariners run on 5 hits and 1 error. The home run by Nelson Cruz, the only tally so far for the Mariners. Strike 1 to Uribe. Did not hit the runner. Olson covers first, and they get the 3-6-1 double play. Well done.
Looks as if Tyler gets tangled up a little bit when he gets around first base. A good play by Logan to stay with it. Probably lost sight of the ball for a second as the runner jumped over, and Brad trying to wait on Olson. He's able to keep his heel on the bag. Had a tough time finding the base, but it works out.
2 outs, man at third now for Jack Peterson, a walk and an RBI single.
He's going to put him on. Have the pitcher waiting on deck.
Second time Peterson has walked. Interleague play. Make it work to your benefit right here.
They have no choice. We have 2 outs, and Anderson has not looked good at the plate. Pitcher.
2 outs, runners at the corners. Some American League West scores. Angels beat Texas 10-2. Oakland lost at Houston 6-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Halfway to first base and a bail out there. Step in a bucket. Man, he had a body in a bucket.
Well, he could throw that slider a couple more times. Just throw 2 of them to him, throw a couple of them off the plate away, and he should be able to put them away. There you go. He's definitely uncomfortable. If he starts that slider at him one time, you might see him bail all the way out of there.
In Lloyd's lap. Strike 3. So quick dismissal. Well done. Strands runners at first and third. Double play, a good one. 3-6-1 double play, very helpful. Jackson, Cano, and Cruz coming up when we get back to Dodger Stadium. Sports being brought to you by the Washington State Spring Fair in Puyallup. Come celebrate spring April 16th through the 19th. By Vern Fonk. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance. By Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealer.com. And by Volkswagen. Hurry in and get a deal during the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event. Good look at City Hall in Los Angeles. Building's been around a long time. Easily recognizable. Here's Austin Jackson. Mariners down 5-1.
Anderson has been cruising a lot of off-speed pitches, but only 61 pitches as he works here in the 6th. Nobody throwing in the Dodger pen.
He's given up 5 hits, 1 run, a homer by Nelson Cruz, his 6th homer in 5 games.
That happened quickly. Really, the only time they put any pressure on him was in the last inning, but the Mariners not able to score.
This is another night when the starters don't get deep. Taijuan Walker, 4 innings of 6 hit, 5-run ball, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 Ks. Jackson a ground out, a soft line out to short. Gonzalez has it bounce off of him. Kendrick rallies and safe infield hit. Ball stung by Austin Jackson. Good sign.
And good hustle. He didn't hesitate. It looked as if he was going to be out. when he hit it right at the first baseman, but he ran hard the entire way and picks up an infield hit. Take a look. Ed Gonzalez, one of the better fielding first basemen, goes off the end of his glove, hustles over to first. Good speed from Jackson to beat that out. Now you get into the middle of the lineup for the Mariners, see if they can make something happen against Anderson.
Robbie Cano, ground out. And a liner to left field at Scott Van Slyke, went into a dive to make the catch. Wow, he gave him an E3.
Wow, tough error.
Wow. I have a feeling that's going to get changed back. That's a real tough error. On one to Cano.
For Robinson, typically the fastball he'll hit up the middle the other way. Home run was on a breaking ball the other day, and we get another breaking ball from Anderson. He's thrown a bunch of them tonight, so he could do some damage. Peterson, the center fielder, shading towards left center. Big gap in right center field.
Next ball 2. Mariners 2 and 3 on this road trip. Would love to come home even at 3 and 3. Salvage a game in this series. 2 heartbreaking losses. 1-run losses. Last at bat for the Dodgers first 2 games of this set. I want to thank Vince Scully for joining us in the pregame show. Just remembrances, reminiscence, anecdotes about Jackie Robinson. Runner breaks through the hole. Jackson will make his way to third. A couple of men aboard for Nelson Cruz. Jackson on the move. Let's revisit. 2 outs, nobody on, 4th inning, 1-1 count to Nelson Cruz, and this happened. Deep right center field. Peterson going back. Boomstick, baby.
You have to have some real power to hit a slow breaking ball like that out to right center field, especially in the evening here at the stadium.
Most consecutive games with the homer. Junior 8. Richie Zisk Jr. did it a couple times. A-Rod. Nelson Cruz. A-Rod hit a home run earlier today.
Nelson Cruz.
Baltimore beat the Yankees 7-5.
Starting to get some action out in the Dodger bullpen.
Rick Honeycutt coming out.
That's Garcia, or excuse me, Rodriguez. Going to buy some time. Give Rodriguez a chance to get loose.
Dodgers open up the scoring 3 in the first. They get an RBI single by Andre Ethier, 2-run double by Scott Van Slyke. 2nd inning, RBI single by Adrian Gonzalez. 3rd inning, RBI single by Jock Peterson. Mariners, you saw the home run by Cruz in the 4th inning. That's where we are, 5-1.
What's interesting right here is what they're talking about, because with Cruz in this series, his home runs have been to right field. One down the right field line, a couple out to right center field now. And I'm wondering if maybe they're going to try to pitch him in, maybe in off the plate a little bit. But it seems that Anderson wants to keep the ball away from everybody, more comfortable with that. Again, he does not have the fastball that he used to. He's been 89 to 91 this evening with his fastball.
Runners at the corners, nobody out here in the 6th for the Mariners, down 5-1. Way outside, ball 1. Kyle Seager's on deck. He's 1 for 2. Had a hard single to right his last time. Whew. That was a big hack. 2-1.
Well, he gets a fastball 89 miles an hour right off the outside corner. Anderson right back with a changeup. All these pitches off the plate away. He is being really careful with them.
Kyle Seager on deck. 3-1 to Nelson Cruz. So Kyle Seager is going to swing the bat with the bases loaded. First walk issued by Anderson.
73 pitches. Rodriguez, the lefty in the bullpen, should be ready to go, and it looks as if Don Mattingly is going to stay with Anderson.
Seager 1 for 2 tonight. 2 for a career against Anderson. Now he's going to come get him.
Yeah. Let Uribe go out there to buy some time, and here comes Donnie now. He's going to make a change.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Top 6, Mariners down 5-1. Change up your commute. Take our online trip planner for a spin at soundtransit.org. Opportunity for the Mariners here in the 6th, down 5-1. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Paco Rodriguez.
He's going to face Kyle Seager with the bases loaded. And for Rodriguez, see the high ERA. He's only pitched an inning. Has 3 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody, but he's given up a few hits.
Came into the game Monday, 8th inning, struck out. And they struck out Robinson Cano. That's the commissioner of baseball, and you're at Rob Manfred. He was a guest with us last week in Seattle. Frank Robinson's here. Jerry Manuel saw him here. A lot of good baseball people on hand here at Dodger Stadium on Jackie Robinson night.
Mariners 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Outfielders playing Kyle to pull. Peterson, the center fielder, shading towards right center. Infield straight up.
Ball 1 to Seager. Mattingly Not holding back on what he needs from Rodriguez. On top of it. 0-1.
Apparently he wanted him to throw a few sliders and not give in with the fastball. And that last slider right on the outside corner.
Long set by Rodriguez. Here we go. 1-1. Fly ball. Left field. Van Slyke with room. Hangs in. Can't get it. Long strike.
Hitting off the end of the bat, so it was definitely slicing towards the stands. Break for Kyle. Get another chance. Another breaking ball off the outside corner.
Seager with 2 home runs on the season has driven in 4 runs. 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a 1-2 count for Paco Rodriguez. Pulls it down to Gonzalez, scoops it up. They'll get the out at first. The run scores. Everybody else moves up. RBI ground out for Seager. And
First baseman
away.
Logan Morrison.
Scoring on the play was Austin Jackson. Cano goes to third. Cruz to second.
Still a good situation for the Mariners. In the 6th inning here, Logan just needs to put the ball in play. The Dodgers going to keep their infield back. So ground ball, score another run.
Almost struck out on 3 pitches this last time up. They got the first Mariner hit of the ballgame, an infield hit. Slow roller that Howie Kendrick could not corral. One. To Lomo. Striking the inside corner. This is Marvin Hudson. 1-1. Lomo the other day said, "Man, a heck of a first base, covering everything." He says, "Yeah, but I got a hit." He said, "I'm not going to argue with you on that one." Next ball 2, 2-1.
He has a real good opportunity to pick up his first RBI of the season.
Run in. 2-minute board. Cano at third, Cruz at second. 2-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, 3-1.
Nobody getting loose in the Dodger pen. Mike Zunino waiting on deck. Hit the ball hard twice tonight, including a double down into the right field corner. He'll get a chance against the left-hander.
Meanwhile, in the Mariner pen, Danny Farquhar heating up. Big pitch right here. 3-1 to Lomo. 1 out, 2 on. Ball 4, bases loaded again.
Good patient at bat right there. So difficult.
And now they got Cano hung up between third. Oh my goodness, he's out. They must have thought.
They thought the bases were still loaded?
Correct.
They thought the bases were still loaded.
Yeah.
Boy.
Wow. That hurt.
There's ball 4. It's clear it's ball 4. They thought the bases were loaded.
Yep.
He didn't realize it.
Oh my goodness.
You can see Cruz yelling from second base, trying to get him back, get his attention.
Ugh. Boy, that hurt. So he's out 2-5, 2 outs. Now runners at first and second. Boy, that's a dynamic changer.
Yeah, that's costly.
So instead of having bases loaded, 1 out, you got first and second, 2 outs. I hit 1 out. Take Robbie off the hook. Because he is not feeling good right now.
No.
Yeah, we all looked down, and all of a sudden you heard the crowd, the big explosion.
And I looked up and I saw him halfway down the line, and I just assumed that he must have figured that the bases were loaded because he wasn't running hard at home trying to do anything.
Way out front, 1-1.
I can tell you that there is no worse feeling than that right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Play this game long enough, it's happened to all of us.
1-1, 2 out, runners at first and second, 5-2 Dodgers. Pitch to Zunino. Taken for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, borderline strike.
Boy, they had Paco Rodriguez ready to take a standing 8 count. Now he's 1 strike away from getting out of trouble.
Yeah, and Don Mattingly hasn't had anybody up in the pen to help him out.
1-2 to Zunino. 1 hopper to Uribe. Goes the short way, and that'll do it. Yikes. They get a run on 1 hit. There was an error, and a couple of men left. 5-2 Dodgers. Mariners in the 6th. Base running gaff by Robinson Cano. Mariners get an unearned run, make it a 5-2 ball game. And top of the order, there's Jimmy Rollins for the 4th plate appearance. Strikeout, walk, run scored, and a pop to short. Tyler Olson continues. Taijuan Walker started, went 4 innings. Bouncing ball to Miller. Throws at the veteran shortstop. Lex's pitching matchup. Tonight's comparison. Both starters gone, Mike.
Well, if you look at it, Taiwan going 4 innings, 6 hits. Same as Anderson. Anderson pitching 1 more inning than him. 5 earned runs for Taiwan. 76 pitches, 46 strikes. Killer for him is he had 3 walks and a hit batter tonight. That ended up hurting him.
Brings up Yasmani Grandal, switch hitting catcher, formerly with San Diego. Easy play, Seager. 2 down. And that'll bring up Adrian Gonzalez. 1 for 3 with a fly to center, RBI single right, and a foul out to Zunino. All right, you've seen 2 games and change. What do you think of this Dodger ball club and their prospects in the West of the National League?
I like their lineup. They're a bunch of veterans that are obviously going to make pitchers work. We've seen that in the series. Not so sure on their overall rotation. Greinke, a good one, of course. You have Kershaw at the top, so you love that. But they're having some issues at the bottom of their rotation, and I'm not sold on the bullpen. But I think for any pitching staff, to pitch to them is going to be difficult. They're a good veteran lineup.
Kershaw, MVP, Cy Young Award winner last year. Down the line, fair ball. Olsen dropped down on Gonzalez. He was having none of it. Put a bucket down. The ball boy did a great job getting out of the way, but just couldn't get the bucket with it.
Did everything that he could do. And Gonzalez, what a start to his season. Came into the game hitting .548 with 5 home runs. And
2 for 4 already. We're only in the 6th inning.
Put Howie on. Well, I'd seen enough of him. Pitched to the lefty. Ethier waiting on deck.
Put that motion on the floor and it got passed unanimously.
We don't blame him, do we?
That's it. It got passed unanimously. Trust me. Two out, it'll be 2 on for Ethier.
Yeah, no bargain there. Ethier,
exactly.
He's 2 for 2 and scored 2 runs and driven in a run.
Don't forget the Delta post-game show coming up immediately after our ball game. Mariners post-game presented by Delta Airlines. Angie and Jason Bay will be your hosts. Say it again, I'm surprised Ethier's still here. I mean, he's still a good ball player.
He's a real good ball player. Yeah, we thought that he would have been traded away. Crowded outfield. But now Kemp is in San Diego.
Puig has got dinged a little bit, so he sat last night, sits tonight. It's a little breaking ball for a strike. Give you an idea of how hot Adrian Gonzalez is. He's got 19 hits. Most in Dodger history through the first 9 games of the season.
Chris Hatcher getting loose in the pen for the Dodgers. Hard-throwing right-hander.
Converted catcher.
You saw him last night. He was throwing 98 miles an hour.
1-1. One pitch. He hung it. And it was a broken bat, foul ball. Tyler Rolson. Gonzaga. He was a spring training sensation and made the club opening day. Mariners their first trip to LA to play the Dodgers since '09. Last time we saw the Dodgers was 2012 season, Safeco Field. Dodgers took 2 out of 3. It's a good pitch. Strikeout Ether. Strand 2. To the 7th we go. Mariners trailing 5-2. Right now, this award belongs to this man right here, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
He has been hot, hitting home runs to all fields.
6 homers in 5 ball games.
That one was the one that he hit tonight out to right center. Great addition to this Mariner ball club.
Mariners and the Dodgers first met in 1997 as we look at Brad Miller. Rodriguez still in there, strike 1. This series has been very tight. 14 wins for the Dodgers, 13 for the Mariners. 124 runs for the Mariners, 119 for the Dodgers. 233 hits for the Mariners, 232 for LA.
It's about as close as it gets, isn't it?
Oh, man. Did not go, says Greg Gibson.
Brad hitting 8th in the lineup tonight. So Willie Bloomquist has come out on deck. He will hit for Olsen.
One to Brad. Brad tonight's grounded out the first fly to left. Bloomquist is on deck.
Chris Hatcher is ready to go. And it looks like Danny Farquhar in the Mariner pen. This might work.
Broken bat looper, and Uribe hangs with it. 1 out.
That would have been a fair ball too.
Yeah. Want to win tickets to Felix Bobblehead Night on Saturday, April 18th? Text Felix to 71532. You can win 2 tickets in the commissioner's box plus your very own King Felix Bobblehead. That is going to be a monster hit on Saturday night. Felix, that quad, not a problem. He's good to go.
And Don Mattingly looks like he's going to make a pitching change. For the Mariners, you have Smith, Ackley, and Sucre left on the bench, and he's going to get Hatcher.
We'll take a timeout here at Dodger Stadium. Mariners on the short end, 5-2. We'll be right back. Oh, okay. Being brought to you by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Jack in the Box, Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's blazing chicken sandwich. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Another Art Deco beauty on Spring Street. How about that? KRKD. The station no longer exists in LA, but the radio tower is a national historic site. It ain't coming down. Curtis Wilson and crew love the travel logs. Good stuff. Very enjoyable. There's Willie Bloomquist. Did a very nice job at first base last evening. Played at first base 17 times last season.
It's one of the reasons why.
17 times in his career.
17 times in his career. It's one of the reasons why it's so tough coming off the bench. You look at the numbers for Hatcher. Sitting over there, and you get a right-hander throwing 96 to 98 miles an hour. And you're going to get one shot at him, and that's it.
Mariners had a tough sixth. Robinson Cano, after a walk, thought the bases were still loaded. He started coming home, and they threw down and tagged him out for the second out of the inning. Mariners had 2 on and 2 out instead of bases loaded, 1 out. Came out with just 1 run on 1 hit, and an error, left 2. Only behind 0-2. Dodgers broke out on top. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Mariners on the board. Nelson Cruz, 6th homer in 5 games. And then in the 6th inning, ground out RBI by Kyle Seager. One and 2 to Bloomquist. 1 out, nobody on. Victory call. Heat at 96. 2 away.
Splits the outside corner with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Number 42, Ricky Weeks.
2 out, nobody on for Ricky Weeks, who's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Strike 1 to Ricky. Consistent. Andy Farquhar getting ready. Mention Hatcher, converted catcher. 6'1", 200 out of Kinston, North Carolina. North Carolina, Wilmington. His college days at the foul back.
Be a pretty good closer down in this area. That was a converted catcher, Troy Percival.
The Angels. Yep. 0-2 world champions. Weeks keeping it going here. 2. There you go. Did not, says Chad Fairchild.
All fastballs till this pitch. Hard breaking ball down in the zone, able to hold up.
Hatcher coming over from the Marlins last December.
Good split.
Sure was. 1, 2, 3 in the seventh inning stretch time here on Jackie Robinson Day in LA and all around baseball. And America the Beautiful is going to be sung tonight. A very talented Grammy Award winning artist, Faith Evans. And the new pitcher for the Mariners is going to be Danny Farquhar. Ricky Weeks strikes out to end the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise for the singing of America the Beautiful. Performed tonight by the very talented award-winning artist. Please welcome Faith Evans.
Spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. And His grace on thee, and crown that good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crowned our good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh, sea to shining
Want to go to your concert and have a baseball game break out.
Now, folks, it's time for the 7th inning stretch presented by Coca-Cola. Please rise and join in the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, led by Nancy B.
How about stretching your mind as you consider how Washington's lottery win could change your bucket list? Play today. Good luck at City Hall in L.A., built in 1928. Yep, long single bound is right, 32 stories. You know it well from Dragnet, Jack Webb, and various incarnations. Superman, and 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. Glorious black and white. I thought that was such a cool building, and Superman would jump off of that sucker. George Reeves back in 1958. There's Scott Van Slyke. Had a good night. 2 for 3. He's driven in 2 runs.
Going to face Danny Farquhar. Danny, the third pitcher for the Mariners tonight.
High pop out play. One. Danny, the closer for the Mariners a couple of years ago, finished last 8 weeks or so with 16 saves. Danny likes to work quickly. A 1-2 count to Van Slyke. Did not go. Danny last pitched 3 days ago. Two innings in Oakland. We're at a full count now. Van Slyke, Uribe, and Jack Peterson. Baez warming up. Pedro Baez. Fly ball hit to right field. Cruz has it under control. Mariners are giving away the ultimate cap for guys. How about this? Complete with a built-in bottle opener. That's a spirit. It's yours when you join us for EQC Guys Night Out on Friday, April 24th. The Twins will be in town. For only $35, you're going to get this fun Mariners cap. Select main or terrace club level ticket plus your first drink. Guys Night Out tickets. They're available right now at mariners.com/guys. These guys are ready. He's hoping for Mariner comeback. Throwing a Mariner cap. So we look at Uribe backing off the plate. 1-1. New unis. We'll see him on Sunday. It'll be the debut of the cream colored old school blue and gold Mariner uniforms.
You like them?
Yeah, they're doing. They're pretty cool. They're pretty sharp.
I like them. Nice to change it up every once in a while.
Absolutely. Good breaking. Tag applied. Uribe's gone. 2 outs.
Center fielder, number 42.
Brings up
Jock Peterson.
Walk, caught stealing, RBI single, and an intentional walk. We're talking about the Dodger pitching. They need to get Engine Ryu back.
That would help.
A solid third guy behind Kershaw and Greinke. There he is. Inside Peterson. Ryu went 14-7 last year, 14-8 the year before. Two-0 to Peterson. Brandon League. They have shut him down for another week or so. That arm shoulder problems. It's good to see him a couple of days ago. Brandon League time, had a nice run with the Mariners a few years ago. He said, looking at the lineup, he said the only guys he recognized out of the roster were Seager and Ackley. But you guys had a lot of turnover. Two and one. Brandon real happy being here in Southern California. Lives in San Diego, so days off, he just drives right down to 5. Henderson's aboard.
Carl Crawford going to pinch hit for the pitcher.
Just once I would like to be able to be at second base and run with the lean the way Carl Crawford did last night, scoring the winning run.
He was flying around third.
Track and field enthusiast, you know what I'm talking about. You see those powerful sprinters coming around at first, that turn on the 200, and now the 400 is almost an all-out sprint. Watching those guys make that turn, that is a thing of beauty. Crawford's had a lot of injuries the last few years. He's also had when he's been healthy, he's been very effective. Hitter's got pop, he can run, steal bases for you. Ball and 2 strikes. And he's quickly dismissed. Good inning for Danny Farquhar. A couple of strikeouts, 1 walk in the 7th. Mariners still with some time, only down 5-2. Yes, indeed. Northwest sports fans, Duff McKagan, late of Guns N' Roses, currently of Mad Season. They provide a lot of music for us on the left, and Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains on the right. Big Northwest Seattle sports fans. Good to see them here in LA at the ballpark, Dodger Stadium.
Pedro Baez going to take over for the Dodgers. This will be his 5th game. 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, throws hard. 1 walk, opponents hitting just 143 off of Baez.
2-3-4 coming up for the Mariners in the 8th inning. Austin Jackson, Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz. Cruz homered in the 4th. Ground out RBI for Seager in the 6th. The only Mariner runs tonight. Strike 1 to Jackson. Reached on an E3 in the 6th and scored. 0 for 3 tonight. Pedro Baez in his 2nd season with the Dodgers. 20 games last year, no record. 2.63 ERA. 101.
Couple of good fastballs from Baez at 96 miles an hour.
Two balls, 1 strike. Mariners would love to get a rally going here, win this ball game, come home 3-3 in this road trip. Dodgers in their last at-bats over the last 2 nights come back for 6-5 victories. Off the fist, ground ball to Jimmy Rollins. 1 out. Coming up, here's our Columbia Bank difference in the game starter comparison, and it's been a tough go for Mariners starters this last week or so. Brett Anderson just a little bit better than Jaguar Walker. A lot better. There's Robinson Cano with 1 out. Big crowd here announced at 51,287. Swing and a miss by Cano. 1 for 2. Ground out the 2nd. Sinking drive to left. It's caught by Van Slyke and a base hit to right. That was in the 6th. And he was sauntering home from 3rd base, thinking the bases were loaded after it was a bases loaded walk to Loma when it was just 2nd and 3rd.
And we've been talking about the shape of the bullpen tonight. It's not good. So it looks like Danny Farquhar is going to pitch another inning. Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen.
Stung to left field, base hit. Two-hit night for Robbie.
2 for 4 tonight. Going the other way with a good fastball. Probably just off the outside corner and down. That is just great hitting right there. Not many guys can handle a pitch at 96 miles an hour in that location. Solid line drive base hit for Cano.
7th Mariner hit. 2 runs, 7 hits, and an error. Left 4 on base. The Dodgers 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Left 2, 4, 6, 7 on. Or not 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 on. Ball 1 to Cruz.
Cruz 1 for 2 if you missed it. Another home run in the 4th inning for Cruz. That's 6 home runs on the year.
I agree.
98 miles an hour.
No
right
telling.
in the middle of the play, yeah. He had the barrel to it, fouled it straight back.
Mariners' most home runs in any series all time. Record held by Edgar Martinez, May 17th through the 19th in 1999 against Minnesota at the Kingdom. Two and one. So 2-1 count here. Pedro Baez ready. 2-1 to Cruz. Into the bat.
Kyle Seager waiting on deck. Kyle's 1 for 3 tonight.
Cruz from Las Matas de Santa Cruz in the Dominican Republic, and Pedro Baez from Bani in the Dominican Republic. 2-2 count. Right on top of that pitch, base hit, center field.
That is amazing to me.
It's up that high.
Up out of the strike zone at 99 miles an hour, and he turns it back around and hits it back at Baez. He's feeling pretty good up at the plate right now. Again, 99 miles an hour above the strike zone and still able to hit it hard.
Beautiful.
It's a good opportunity for Kyle Seager.
Tying run at the plate. Dodgers have had late game heroics the last two nights. Turnabout, fair play. Ball one.
So in this 3-game series, Cruz with 5 hits. That was the first single. The other 4 left the ballpark.
Cano at second, Cruz at first. 1 out. Part of the order for the Mariners. See if Seager can come up big here.
Good changeup from Baez, 87 miles an hour, right off the outside corner. JP Howell, the left-hander, getting loose in the pen for the Dodgers. Logan Morrison waits on there.
Big opportunity for the Gold Glove third baseman. 1-1 from Baez. Takes a ball. Seager with 25 homers, 96 runs batted in last year. So JP Howell, 2/3 of an inning last night. There's Lomo. Big swing from tying it up. 5-2 ball game. That one fouled back. If you're late joining us, guess plenty of baseball luminaries on hand here. Jackie Robinson tonight, Mrs. Robinson here, Rachel Robinson, Don Newcomb, Sandy Koufax, Frank Robinson, Magic Johnson. All remembering the great number 42. Here's a 2-2 to Seager. Fly ball, left center field, hanging up for Peterson. The runners will retreat, and there's 2 away. Day off for the Mariners, and then they take on the Rangers. Our CenturyLink What's next? Here's your pitching matchups. Giovanni Gallardo against Jay Happ. Colby Lewis against Felix on Felix bobblehead night Saturday. And Ross Detweiler against James Paxton on Sunday. Beautiful shot. Third oldest ballpark in the major leagues. And Mike, when you played here, that bottom rung there, that last, 10 rows or something, those are all added, in the last 20 years or so?
Oh, down in front, where, yes, those are renewed, yeah.
Because this was
really...
home
plate, yeah, the home plate used to be further back.
Yeah.
Because of the seating, they had to move it up.
So it was really still pretty good pitcher's ballpark, but it was really advantaged pitchers back in that time. Logan Morrison.
Especially in the evenings.
Infield hit, strikeout, and a walk from Morrison tonight. Two strike, 1-1.
Peterson, the center fielder, shading towards left center, expecting Morrison to hit the ball the other way. I think in large part because of the velocity that Baez, 96 to 98 miles an hour. He hit 99 to Cruz with 1 pitch.
5 hits on the season for Morrison to this point. Looking for his first homer, looking for his first run batted in. 1-1. Low, 2-1. Pedro Baez redefining deliberate, as did last night.
They have a number of relievers.
Yes, they do. He's not the only guilty party. I would add Juan Nicasio, J.P. Howell to that list.
Yeah.
So the hitters union, you guys can pick it up and say, hey, fellas, it's not about us and the clock. It ain't about the clock. Not from a hitter's perspective. 2-1, good count for Lomo. Hit it the other way. Oh, what a stop by Uribe. Throws to first to get him. I was talking to Nomar Garciaparra about Uribe, and he said, quick hands, quick feet, and he just showed it. we have managed to capture total batter domination and miniaturize it. Introducing the King Felix bobblehead. Thanks to Root Sports. It's free to the first 20,000 fans this Saturday at 6:10 versus the Rangers. Get royally excited for Felix bobblehead night by grabbing your tickets at Mariners.com. Danny Farquhar, tell you what, he's picking up the Mariners big time. This is good that he can go. This will be his second inning. He's done a good job. He and Tyler Olsen. Taiwan Walker only going 4, and he's been a problem.
And you were talking about those relievers that we want to stay away from. They may not have had a choice. Those guys really did a good job picking their buddies up out in the bullpen. Olsen threw the ball well.
Yes, indeed.
Now he'll work to the top of the order. It'll be Rollins, Randall, and Gonzalez due up here in the 8th.
Lloyd before the game said Smith, Leon, Furbush, and Medina not available. Popped up. Zunino has got to play. 1 out. Uribe has made a heck of a play, and Puig working like Angelo Dundee. As long as they don't cut him, he'll be all right.
Just trying to help out the veteran.
That's a nice play. Here's Grandal.
I don't think Logan Morrison thinks that.
True. 2 outs. Line drive to Brad Miller. But, I mean, again, you look at Uribe. I'm down on the field looking at him. He looks like one of the good stevedores we've seen around here. And here's this guy playing a major league third base with quick feet and quick hands. Gonzalez has been tough. 2 for 4. Uribe did a great job last year. Let's just say it. He was babysitting Yasiel Puig.
Well, that was Puig giving him a hard time right there. So
Puig of immense talent. Still in the harnessing process of his major league career, coming over from Cuba. Big brother, little brother. Boom!
I think the little brother's quite a bit bigger.
But he respects the older guy.
Yes, exactly. Mariners with the shift on with Gonzalez hitting.
2 outs, nobody on. And a 1-1 count to Gonzalez. Dodgers started with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, a 4-0 early lead before the Mariners got on the board. Another boomstick baby home run by Nelson Cruz in the 4th. Seager ground out RBI in the 6th. That's your scoring. Recent continuing theme. Starters can't get deep. 4 innings for Taiwan Walker. Iwakuma went 5+ last night. Paxton on Monday went 6 1/3. They got knocked around. Haven't been able to hold early leads. 1-2. Bounce down to Marson. Flips to Farquhar, and Danny very effective in his 2 innings of work. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Last ups for the Mariners. Mike Zunino, Brad Miller, and no doubt a pinch hitter when we return. Last up for the Mariners in the ninth. Mike Zunino going to lead off against Pedro Baez. Good sign for Mike. Hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. 2 previous nights. 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts. Ball 1 from Baez.
J.P. Howell still throwing in the pen for the Dodgers. You have the left-handed hitting Miller waiting on deck.
Ball for a strike, 96. Only 2 strikes to Mike. One other game in progress. Colorado at San Francisco. Rockies lead at 4-2, top 9. Brad Miller on deck. Two and 2. There's a 2-2 pitch to Mike. Struck him out. 1 down. First strikeout for Baez.
It's a good fastball, 97 miles an hour. Wanted to go to the outside corner, ends up putting it on the inside corner. He is throwing hard. Looks like Don Mattingly is going to get his left-hander, J.P. Howell, out of the bullpen.
One out, top of the ninth. J.P. Howell coming on, a 5-2 Dodger lead. That had leads and have not been able to hold them. Take it back to Monday. How about Alex Guerrero?
Look at that pitch, down and away. Everything going the Dodgers' way in this series. Pretty good pitch from Olsen, but the Mariners end up losing the game.
Alex Guerrero had a big night. Then you go to Tuesday. Howie Kendrick broke it. Bat base hit ball game. Carl Crawford was flying. He scores, and that wins the game as Howie Kendrick continues to torment the Mariners. Did it for many a year with the Angels. If they can return the favor, J.P. Howell takes over, 1 out here in the 9th.
Dustin Ackley on deck. He will hit in the pitcher's spot.
Strike 1 to Brad Miller. Miller tonight, a ground out to first, fly to left, and a pop to third.
Howell's fastball will be in the upper 80s. Best pitch is his changeup. He'll mix in a breaking ball too, the left-handed hitters.
Two. Howell into his line, the 0-2 pitch, bounced up there. Veteran pitcher J.P. Howell, been with Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Better part of his career at Tampa Bay from 2006 to 2012. His 3rd year with the Dodgers. Bounced up there. He's got postseason experience with Tampa Bay in the 08 playoffs. The 11 playoffs in the division series, and with the Dodgers, division and championship series in 13 and last year in the division series. Don Manning. Dustin Ackley, the pinch hit.
First pitch fastball, and it's been all off-speed pitches since then, 4 in a row.
Two and two, 1 out, nobody on. 2 away.
Backup breaking ball, wanted to throw it on the outside corner. Left it middle in. Brad swings through it. Late on the swing.
Number 42, Dustin Ackley.
Last hope here for the Mariners. Two outs, nobody on. Dodgers 5-2 lead. Ball to the second baseman. Kendrick stays with it. That's ball game. Dodgers sweep the series. They complete the sweep with a 5-2 victory tonight. And again, starting pitching not good for the Mariners. Early scoring by the Dodgers, and they hold on to win. The Mariners finish this road trip at 2-4.
Well, you're absolutely right. Taijuan Walker, just 4 innings he was able to go tonight. That's coming off of 3 1/3 in his previous outing. So starting pitchers trying to get things worked out. Tired bullpen. The Mariners, I'm sure, looking forward to getting the day off. Road trip started off in good shape, winning 2 out of 3 against the A's, but everything fizzled out here at Dodger Stadium.
Chance to get well coming home with a long homestand. We look forward to seeing you at Safeco Field right now. The Delta post-game show with Angie Mentick and Jason Bay. It's all yours.